Nowadays, the money is in farming, but you have to plan smoothly, wisely, and take a small step at a time. Please don't rush. Poultry farming will always help you to maintain the cash flow because you earn from 3 different items, that is the chicken manure, the eggs, and even the chicken themselves. But starting small is the best way. In today's video, I'm going to answer most of the questions that have been asked. Number 1, when do I deworm my chicken? I normally deworm when the chicken have made 3 months. That is when they receive the first deworm. And if you're raising few birds, you can use these bitter leaves to deworm your birds. Every bitter leaf can deworm the chicken, like sunflower leaves, aloe vera, even garlic. Because of the acid that is in garlic, all onions, they can help you deworm your birds. Only if you're not interested in buying the medicine from the vet. After deworming the first time, every month I will be deworming the chicken, but sometimes I don't maintain it depending on the health of the chicken. If I see that the beddings are good, I'll always leave them for another next month. Then I'll deworm after 2 months. Deworming is easy because we just mix the medicine in their drinking water and they drink the whole day, so we withdraw the next day. They drink the plain water, so you find the worms in their poop. I normally deworm when I see that their droppings are very poor. You differentiate the droppings of the birds. If you see that they are green in color, sometimes brown in color, and the dropping is not solid, even white in color but it is not solid, that kind of droppings will not be good at all. Droppings explain a lot of diseases in your chicken, so you have to learn that when I see this kind of dropping, it means they have this kind of disease, or they are healthy, or it's because they ate the vegetables, all that stuff. Another thing, how do I manage the litter? I normally remove the droppings or the chicken manure from the chicken house every 2 months. My chicken manure is always in a powder form. The reason being, I keep the chicken healthy and I don't pour water in their house. To avoid the lice or any insects that can attack the chicken, you have to remove the litter in time. You have to remove their beddings in time, so that the heat that would have been produced in the chicken house that would have caused stress to this chicken is avoided. When you enter the chicken house with all that beddings, you find the smell that comes out of the beddings is very bad, and it causes stress, sickness in the chicken, lowers down the production, yet they are not allowed to move out of the chicken coop or house. So every 2 months I remove and bring new beddings. I normally use a lot of beddings so that they don't get kicked. Another thing, why do I cover the drinkers? You see, my drinkers are normal drinkers. They are manually made. So on top of these jerry cans, the chicken will always jump and sit on top, or stand on top, so they can poop, and their dropping goes directly in their drinking water. So you find that they are drinking their poop. That is coccidiosis, even other diseases that will got out of carelessness. So I normally cover the top, in that when I remove these bags or sacks, I just find the drinking water the way I left it. I raise the drinkers whenever they have made like 4 months and there are no droppings in the drinking water. They cannot make their dirty bath, and you find that their manure has jumped into their drinking water, so the drinking water will always be clean. That is why I cover the top. Even if they stand on top, I'll find nothing in their drinking water. They will just poop on those sacks. It makes the work easy So if you have a full-time job, you just leave the chicken with their drinking water. There is no doubt or fear that they are going to get diseases. How can someone start small? This is a weird question, but I have to answer it in the simplest way, that starting small, someone can be helped not to spend a lot of money on something that you don't know, something that you've not learned, because you can learn through the theory that you get. You learn today, the next day without application, you just forget. And that is the truth. You can always learn after starting something. But if you start small, you make mistakes. That is a must. So if you start big, there is a lot of losses that you're going to get, because you cannot fail to lose something after starting the project. I started small, I lost some chicken. You can always start and lose, but we learn through practicing. If you have little money or little capital, you can start and increase on the number of chickens slowly as you learn. Even if you have a lot of capital, there are difficulties in finding some of the things that you have to use. For example, drinkers, feeders, feeds. So you find them, you get them, but to get things on low costs, it is very hard during the beginning of your poultry journey. After raising chicken for some good time, you learn that this person sells feeds expensively or cheaply than this one else. I can get the feeders from this end, I can get the drinkers from this end, like that. You learn through practicing, but after some time you will find cheapest things. That is why I always tell you that for me, I buy cheap feeds because I know where the cheap feeds are sold. And there are still some people in poultry that buy expensive feeds. You have to give the business time and learn it, practice it by yourself. You will always move smoothly if you start small. These chicken have increased on the eggs they are laying. Actually, every day we are collecting a tray, we are increasing on a full tray. So if today they laid a full tray, the next day we will get 2 trays, then the other day we will get 3 trays, like that. Another thing, how do I make my laying box and how do I manage them? Since I've been in poultry for some good time, I use my laying boxes. I just remove them if I'm to use the chicken house as a brooder. So I remove the laying box. Then when it comes to time of laying, I clean, wash the laying box, remove all the eggs that were damaged inside there, all the droppings that the chicken, the older flock did inside the laying box. In that, the new flock does not get any diseases. If you make a mistake of using the older laying box without cleaning it, maybe the older flock had some diseases that remained inside. So for me, I remove, clean and put it inside when it is time for laying eggs. And sometimes if it requires to make some repairs, we repair and we put them back. Lastly, how do I sell my starter eggs? Ladies and gentlemen, I normally plan before I raise chicks. I make sure that before I get the birds, I count the months that they will be raised until that point of laying, that these eggs will be, the prices of eggs will be high. So meaning the starter eggs will not stay on the farm. They'll buy them expensively, a little bit expensively, because the eggs are always on demand by the time my chickens start laying. As per now, the eggs have increased and the chicken started laying. Another thing that I make sure I increase on their protein so that every day they increase on the size of the eggs. I don't want to sell those tiny eggs. So I will be showing you in my next video how my eggs look like. They always change size. Within 1 month, I find that I'm selling medium-sized eggs, not smaller eggs. Whoever wants to start poultry, do not start poultry farming on a rented land, because not every day you earn the same amount of money that you earned yesterday or last month or last week. Poultry money fluctuates. You rather start your poultry farming business in your smallest backyard and plan to buy land somewhere and raise your birds on your own land than anything that you can rent, not even a structure. Another thing, there is time to raise chicken and grow the farm, in that the money that you get can only grow the farm. You keep on reinvesting for expansion, and there is time to earn money from poultry. If you'd like to start another project, it can help you start another project that is far different from farming. That is poultry farming. If you want to earn in poultry, just be creative. Do not panic. The stress will kill you. Stay confident and creative. Everything will move smoothly.